So, the World Health Organization now says that lockdowns are disastrous for poor people. Well, duh. It must be raining in hell right now. So, come on, America. Let's get it.
I know that I can, 'cause I know who I am. Since the day I was born, I am NYGHTSTORM. I know that I can, 'cause I know who I am. Since the day I was born, I am NYGHTSTORM.
In Ferguson, Missouri, in 2014, armed African-American men with AR-15s protected a white man's store from rioters. Sounds like Americans protecting Americans to me, and that's how you unite a country. The CDC states that using guns in self-defense can be an important crime deterrent. Really? Actually having a legally owned firearm can protect me from crime? You don't say. Some Democrat politicians want to take away your Second Amendment rights to protect yourself, your family, your home, and your business. Hold on. Wait a minute, voiceover. You mean to tell me they can have armed security? Uh-huh. Who have guns to protect them and their families? Uh-huh. But they don't want me to have the ability to protect mine? Correct. That's not right. That's not American. And I won't be voting for any of these people. Voiceover. Who can I turn to get help on this? God, Guns, Life Pack. God, Guns, and Life Pack. Okay. Thank you, voiceover. You're welcome, Patriot. Man, it seems like only the beginning of the year of 2020 when the WHO virus hit from China and everything started going wrong all over the world and people were getting sick and China did not give all the information to everybody and folks were just flying everywhere because it was the Chinese New Year and it was going all over the place and the World Health Organization was, mom. And then all of a sudden, I mean, if y'all remember correctly, all of a sudden, then when things really got bad and Italy started getting hit hard. Other places around the world started getting hard. And before it really got to the United States, the World Health Organization was, mom. It wasn't really saying nothing. They were just saying, yeah, it's a virus. And, we are looking into this. And China didn't have anyone to have access to go. I think the United States wanted to have people go in. Remember when President Trump was trying to send people and China pretty much said no. Okay, now fast forward a few weeks later after that, then all of a sudden the World Health Organization says, we got to have these lockdowns. And the Democrat Party got behind the World Health Organization saying we got to have these lockdowns. And Trump is just so evil because he won't allow the lockdowns. He's standing in front of progress because he won't allow lockdowns. But now, you remember that. And they had this moral high ground that they was trying to pitch with the World Health Organization stating that you are morally wrong as a country if you do not have lockdowns. But now, how the tables have turned. Just recently, the World Health Organization, get this, has openly stated that lockdowns, regardless of what part of the world you're in, are disastrous for poor people. Ain't that something? Now, a rock that fell on itself knows this, but it seems like it took these folks forever and a day to figure this out. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because of politics. This isn't about policy. This is about politics, because the World Health Organization and all of these progressive governments and these progressive parties like the Democrat Party here in the United States and all these progressive parties all over the world are experiencing a massive pushback by the citizens in these countries. They are starting to understand and realize that the people are not listening to the mainstream media. The people are not listening to these ultra socialist progressive policies that demanded a lockdown, because now they see these rich elites who none of this stuff affects them anyway. But they are seeing the outcry of people, average, everyday people from around the world, not just in the United States, are saying, look, these lockdowns have destroyed my business. These lockdowns have destroyed the economy. Now, don't take my word for it. This is coming from the World Health Organization itself. And let me make sure I get this right. I want to make sure that I'm reading this correctly. And this is from Dr. David Nabarro, Nabarro, the World Health Organization's special envoy on COVID-19. All right, now he was in a recent interview and he said this, quote, lockdowns just have one consequence that you must never, ever belittle. And that is making poor people an awful lot poorer. Now, he continues, look what's happened to smallholder farms all over the world. Look what's happening to poverty levels. It seems that we may well have a doubling of world poverty by next year. We may well have at least a doubling of child malnutrition. Okay, now, let's break that down. Let's break this down into real terms. People need their jobs. I know that is a bewildering statement to those elites up there and to the progressive leaders that this does not affect, okay? But people, real people, who work hard every single day need their jobs. Small businesses are the backbone of not only the United States of America, but small businesses are the backbone of the economy for the world. And who were mostly affected by the lockdowns? Small businesses. Now, I know the big shots who live in their ivory towers, these extremely wealthy people who wanted this because they wanted to maintain control of the population. This does not affect them. To the mainstream media and all those fat cats up there, this does not affect them because they get their fat salaries regardless of what's happening. And the more people suffer, the more clicks they get for money. So it helps the mainstream media to have lockdowns and for people to suffer and for people to lose everything. It helps them. If it bleeds, it leads. But to the average person, not just to the average American, to the average European, to the average Asian, to the average anybody around this world, it has affected you and you want to work. Working builds you out of poverty. Working builds to give you opportunity. Working builds infrastructure and success. And if people do not have the opportunity to work, they will always stay down. Do you see where I'm going with this? Or maybe why certain political organizations want to keep people locked down? Because as long as those folks are locked down, they are beneath them and they have control over them. Now, don't just listen to me. Look and see for yourself. But I'll tell you this. This is a step in the right direction. And I agree with President Trump and Vice President Mike Pence. They believe in the American people. They trust the American people to be able to make their own choices and decisions on being able to go to work, on being able to open this economy back up. It was the greatest economy we've ever seen. So many people from all walks of life were successful. You had record low levels of unemployment, record low levels of black unemployment, of Hispanic unemployment, of women unemployment. All the boxes that the left wants to check, guess what? They were checked and people were prospering, people were coming up. And then all of a sudden, everything gets shut down, all because of politics. So I'm gonna tell you this in closing. Do not allow the left and these progressive, socialist, Marxist leaders around the world to continue to shut you down. It is time for us to get back to work. It is time for us to continue to build. It is time for us to continue to rise out of this chaos and move forward into our futures and take care of our families and live the life that we deserve by the sweat of our own brow, by working. Open it up. Let us make our choice and let us be a part of our American dream and go get it. So God bless you and everyone you hold dear. Thank you for watching my show. And I'll see you next time. So go get it and I love you. Bye. Mwah. Paid for by God, Guns, and Life PAC. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.godgunslife.com. Contributions to God, Guns, and Life PAC are not tax deductible as charitable contributions.